All right, so I get a random text from you yesterday saying
Yeah.
basically, am I the only guy who is affiliated with football who is okay with a tie in overtime?
I actually like ties. I mean, the biggest reason, Dan, I'll take you back to 2021. There was one tie in the NFL that season. Pittsburgh tied Detroit 16 all. Okay. I mean, Detroit either was winless at the time or whatever. They were a bad team at that time. But there was a tie, 16-16. At the end of the year, the Steelers' record was 9-7-1. Okay. And that season, there were three teams in the AFC that were 9-8: the Chargers, the Colts, and the Dolphins. So just imagine, and the Lions had a field goal in overtime that they missed. So imagine if that field goal had been good and the Steelers would have lost. I don't know who would have won the tiebreaker, but it would have been a 14 tiebreaker. A tie
Hmm.
basically eliminates a tie at the end of the season. You know, you're either north of the Mason Dixon line or south of it, but it eliminates it. And plus, here's the other thing, Dan. That game the other night was incredibly fun. And at the end of it, now if you're a fan of one of the two teams, Green Bay or Dallas, maybe you're ticked off and if you're a player, you're ticked off that you got a tie. I mean, how can a fan just watching at home, you see the bizarre end, the clock stopped with 1 second left, and they're able to kick a field goal? How can you be upset at that? I mean, it was fun. It was scintillating the whole time. So I don't know. I mean, I bet that was a lot more fun than the 16-16 tie between Pittsburgh and Detroit. That was a fantastic football game.
Yeah, it was a great meal, but I got to have dessert and coffee, and when we didn't get that, I I want to have. I'd like to have a winner and a loser. That's why we play these games to
Yeah.
win or lose.
But it's so unique. It's so I mean, there's they don't there isn't even on average one tie per season. I think it's kind of cool. My grandson Freddie, who's a huge football fan, he's 7 years old, about to turn 8, and he watches all the games. And he got up Monday morning to get ready for school, and my daughter said, "Hey, there was a tie last night, Green Bay and Dallas. A tie? How does that happen? I can't believe it. A tie." So I don't know. I think once in a while, different is fun.
If I task you with make overtime how you would want to make it, let's say it's different than what it is now. Is how would you improve overtime?
Well, the selfish person in me would want them to just play sudden death. Don't have a clock in overtime. The problem with that is, and I very much empathize with the players. I was dead set against a 17th game. I am deader set against an 18th game. It's just not fair to these players. It isn't. You're adding on 6% more snaps for a starting player and saying, "Ah, there's not any more injury risk." Of course there is. So I understand why you don't want to add more snaps to overtime. Selfishly, I would like to see it go until it ends, but I don't think right now, in my opinion anyway, that there's a better system than this system that there is. The only way you could do it differently is to have first score wins, which I think is eminently unfair.